As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
On second down, it's Drake. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, Drake. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Being chased out left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Tannehill on first down. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. 2nd and 10. Tannehill once more. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. And Parkey's kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline, somewhat happy.
To return it, Alvin Kamara. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 1st down, it's Webb. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. Webb. And Thomas has it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the 1st quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
He's got a man complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. Out of the gun, it's Webb. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was put. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A reminder, later tonight, the Colts, they'll be in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And then Monday night, it's the Redskins getting a second straight night game as they'll head down to Arrowhead to take on KC. We're in October already. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. This one's moving fast.
Tannehill. Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Off play action, Tannehill. He's going to air one out. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover two because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Room to run inside the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And Devontae Parker was one of 3 Miami receivers to go over 700 yards last year, along with Jarvis Landry and Kenny Stills. But I do know this. They'd love to have one of them emerge and be that 1,000-yard guy and take the pressure off of everyone else.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. So 2nd and 10 here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now Tannehill. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Tannehill with a hook up to Thomas for a Dolphin first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Webb. He juked him. This is caught by Ginn.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. Back to the booth right after this. Throwing on first down. Webb. Flush to his right. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Flushed out. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
On 3rd and 2, Webb. Escaping the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Well, that was excellent coverage right there, and he definitely did the right thing, showing that discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Threw it away, preserved the opportunity to kick for a field goal.
And excellent coverage. And right now the human is controlling the defense, so good job, human. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. So now here come the Dolphins. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. We'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And over the middle, this is Parker. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Back deep, a man who started his career here in Miami, Ted Ginn Jr. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we will send you back stateside to Orlando and say hello to Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down, here's Tannehill. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
On third down, Drake. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run. It's Drake going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. on 1st and 10. Webb dancing to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. And now it's 2nd down. Throwing again. Webb eluding the pressure right. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. It's caught. Stills right side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Tannehill now to throw. Being chased out left. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Cameron Wake able to drop him for a loss of a couple. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Webb. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Cameron Wake able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taken from just outside the 30. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Tannehill hands to Drake. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Julius Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the gun, Webb. Flush to his right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Webb. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. The Saints on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. A gain of 13 and also the first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now a first down throw. Webb. Flushed out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Kobe Fleener, the tight end, his intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
On second down, Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now Webb. Again has it complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. On 1st and 10, Webb. Going for it all. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead is now 13. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Space to maneuver at the 40. Over the middle, complete. It's Parker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. His throw incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
out to the air. Tannehill on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Parker. Tannehill with a hook up to Parker for the Dolphin first. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
To throw is Tannehill. Is it all the way in for a Miami touchdown? Jarvis Landry, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered on the first step in their comeback attempt.
And he's got it up and through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And some room to roam now. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Webb now from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back. Yeah,
now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
first down, it's Tannehill. Buying time to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. The Dolphins on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Sua Cravens with a pick.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And some room to maneuver. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Saints on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Webb. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Marcus Williams, the rookie from Utah. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your...